What is up, guys? Boris here. I'm finally coming to you guys with my walkthrough of the Zero Stamina Shanks training island. And this is, in my opinion, the toughest dungeon in the game. And we ended up completing it on stream was a couple days ago. So I'm finally bringing it to you guys. And here you guys, let's go get straight into it because there's a lot to talk about. Now, you'll notice here that we're not even into the difficult levels and I'm already using specials. That's because they're going to lock your orbs for one turn here. And you're actually going to want to guarantee that you have a purple orb for the next room because it'll make things a lot easier. So here we go. You might be saying, stage 10? You're already worrying about this stuff at stage 10? Well, yes. The reason here is because you want to get Don Krieg below 20% so that he can poison you. Now, the reason you want to get poisoned, and people are going to be asking me all this, people have been asking me all day, like, why are you going to get poisoned? The reason you want to get poisoned by Don Krieg right in the beginning is because later on stage 17, you will get poisoned for 6,000 damage a turn. But if you're poisoned by Don Krieg, which does, I think, 900 per turn, then you won't get poisoned. It'll be, you can't stack poison. So you want to maintain this poison until the 17th room. Now, there's a potential there for it to be the 19th room. I wasn't sure, but so I was carrying it up over to 19th to be safe. But it appears as though it's only in the 17th room. I'm not 100% about that, but I'm pretty sure from what I've seen of what people have told me, it's only the 17th room where you get the first time you fight crocodiles. So in the Baroque works unit. So try to maintain that poison all the way into that room, and it's actually pretty easy if you have to do it. Like I said, I was able to carry it over to the 19th room, so they should be fine. Now, with that said, the next room where you saw Shanks and Lucky Roo and Ben Beckman, that was pretty easy. Just take him out. And then here we get to Young Buggy and Young Shanks. Now, you'll see that they lock my orbs for a good amount of turns. I went ahead and messed up here. I should have used Stronghold Usopp right off the bat. I don't know what I was thinking. I was on tilt from the previous run. I had almost beat it the last run, and so we were so close, and I was on tilt. And I'd make a lot of mistakes in the first, in this room, and I think the next room. To the point where I was about to quit the run. I was literally about to, exit the dungeon and just stop doing runs for the day because I was on tilt. But good thing I didn't because it ended up being the winning run. So as you see here, I don't know why I haven't used Usopp yet. I should have used Usopp earlier so I don't take any damage. But to be honest, I was just on tilt. I didn't really know what to do. And yeah, the key in this room is don't put Buggy below 50%, because if you put Buggy below 50%, then he gets resilience for a couple turns, so you can actually die for a couple turns. That just messes things up. It gives you more damage than you need to. So you see here, I'm just gonna take out Shanks, and then get Buggy close to 50% or something, and then just take him out. He doesn't have that much health, so really a yellow orb or whatever will do it on it. So at this point, I was so on tilt that I think I just went ahead and attacked with all these guys, and ended up killing him. So. And I even keep the green orb. So another thing I recommend, forgot to mention, try to farm a green orb if you can on that room. Here we actually got 2 green orbs, and the reason is because you want to have an easy time against Capone. Capone is fine if you get him below 20, it doesn't do anything. So, and ignore that post in the chat. Yeah, so he doesn't do anything below 20. So just do damage. But you see here, I was so on tilt that I just didn't even attack properly, and that ended up not doing anything. So boom, I take damage, and yeah, so also with Jewelry Bonnie, don't get her below 20, because if you get her below 20, she'll heal back to full. So Capone, try to take him out if you can, and then Jewelry Bonnie, try to get her below 20, and try to get her below 50. I think she might do something at 50 when she attacks, but for the most part, you should be fine. Just, again, take out Capone and then take out Jewelry Bonnie. Now, the reason I told you to farm those green orbs is that you'll have an easier time with Capone, because as you see here, he swaps your orbs to negative orbs. So if you're matching orbs to negative, and it's really annoying, it really is. So just try to take him out on the first turn if you can, but if not, it's fine. And here as well, try to farm some green orbs, because in the next room you will fight Killer, and so if you get a green orb here, that'd be nice as well. But since I had already been to a rough start, I said screw it, and luckily I got 2 green orbs. It doesn't really matter though, because you have plenty of HP to play around with, but it's just nice if that if you get that. So as you'll see here, Rouge will put up a counter, so don't attack him at all until he attacks for the first turn. So don't attack him for the first 3 turns. Instead, take out Killer and deal as much damage as you can to X-Drake. Try not to put him below 40. I believe below 40% he will deal a lot more damage. So just, you know, get him to around 50%. He doesn't have that much HP, so it's not that big of a deal. And then, you know, I'll just try to farm some orbs for when you take out a Rouge, because a Rouge does have a good amount of health. So as long as you have a good amount of orbs, you should be good, and you don't have to worry about any 20% shenanigans, something with a Rouge. While he's not attacking, it's fine. It's not like I think when we did the Boa Island, if you got him below 20, he would become invincible. So that was really annoying. But in this case, it's completely fine. You don't have to worry about it. As long as he's not attacking you, that's all good. So you see here, I go ahead and save, like I said, that purple orb. And again, I'm just so on tilt here that I'm not even hitting perfects and stuff. But I think this is really where the run turns around. And pretty much from here on out, I think I play pretty well. Play dungeon pretty well. Yeah, here I just get him down to 1 HP and then take him out the next turn. Don't worry about farming orbs in this room, because the next room will empty all your orbs, I believe, what Kid does. So, you know, the farming orbs is useless in this room. And so yeah, here we go. We got the alliance. We got the Kid, Apoo, Hawkins alliance, and you'll see here, they Kid and Basso have a counter, a little shield counter, and then Apoo, I don't know what he does, and then Kid will also empty your orbs. So the thing is that we finally, you know, like X number of turns into the dungeon, finally get to use our specials. We're gonna go ahead and use, you know, the Zephyr, Marco, you know, all the specials pretty much. Go ahead and use Ace first, of course, before you use Marco. Very, very important. And then, yeah, it's Marco, Heracles, and Zephyr. And that should be good enough to take out Apoo. Then on the second turn, you're going to want to take out Kid. Now, Kid means you have to hit, I believe, 4 Greats. So you have to hit 4 Greats before you can actually deal damage to him. So make sure to attack with Usopp last, and that should take him out. And then after that, we're going to stall on Hawkins. We're going to stall on Hawkins until we have our specials up again. Now, remember that you can get, there's going to be a preemptive in the next room, so as long as you get Marco down to 2 turns before you can finish him off, it should be good. And also, one thing to keep in mind is that when we are in the stall phase with Basso Hawkins, you're going to want to make sure not to get him below 40. Below 40, he will kill you with his counter. So you're going to have to burst him from 40% down. So just deal as little damage as possible when you're stalling. So you see here, like I said, I'm going to take out Apoo first. Just deal, you know, it should be pretty easy. And then next turn, we're going to take out Kid. Like I said, 4 Greats and should do it. But be careful, you are blinded. So if you want to wait, you could definitely wait a couple turns if you have the HP to tank it. But I said, screw it, let's go. And you see there, boom, boom. So now we just have Hawkins. Like I said, do not get him below 40% and just stall until your specials are ready. So I'm going to leave the stalling here, and I'll see you guys in the next room. Okay, so far, hopefully you followed all the steps. Should be pretty straightforward up to this point. And now we have another room here with, like I said, a preemptive. You're gonna, get your orb shuffled here, and you're gonna have what I call the lock-on buff or debuff, whatever. I don't know which one it is considered as, but pretty much the you're gonna have to kill the Gear 3 first, and then from there on you can't switch the target. So you have to switch after you kill Gear 3. So here I got lucky RNG, and Beppo's on a 2-turn cooldown, but sometimes Beppo's on a 1-turn cooldown. If Beppo is on a 1-turn cooldown, do not get him below 50%, or he will silence your team for 5 turns, meaning you'll lose all your HP boosts from Ace, and it probably means game over at that point. So as you see here, my recommendations to attack with Marco, Ace, Marco, Ace, Usopp on Luffy. That should take out Luffy, and then Heracles and Zephyr should take out the other guys. So you want to leave Zoro alive, and you want to try to take out Law on the first turn here, since he does have a 1-turn. And I got lucky enough where I think it is targeting Law, but if it's targeting someone else, make sure not to kill Zoro, and make sure to not put Beppo below 50% if he is attacking. Now, funny enough, as you see here, this does take out Luffy, like I said, and here that actually was enough to take out Law, and actually did get Beppa below 50%. I actually thought that he would silence me, but apparently it's only when he attacks, I think. I'm not entirely sure, so I got pretty lucky there. Because I thought the run was just over. And then, boom, there you go. Try not to attack Zoro because you're going to need to stall on him. And once again, we are in the stall phase. So, yeah, more stalling. And hopefully you guys have your poison carried over. And then that said, again, there's going to be another preemptive. So stall for that final 1 to 2 turns on Marco. And then get ready to go into the next room. So I'll see you guys in that next room. Okay, so here we go. He's going to use his poison ability, but it, like I said, does not override your Don Krieg poison, so you are safe from that. Now go ahead and use your Usopp, Zephyr, Marco combo with Stronghold Ace. Make sure you use Stronghold Ace before you use Marco, like always. And there's a couple things to note here. First off, you have to kill the Mole Lady first turn. If you do not kill the Mole Lady first turn, she will empty all your orbs, thus ruining your combo. As well to note is that if you get Nico Robin below 50%, she does something. I think she also silences your units. So Nico Robin's someone that you want to be super careful about. Do not get her below 50. This is why I was contemplating using a second Ace special here, is because I want to make sure not to get her below 50. I don't want to die here. And other than that, you should be good. So make sure to target, the Mole Lady, make sure to take her out. And then everyone else should be pretty straightforward. And then with that said, you want to stall on Crocodile. So once you take everyone else down, you want to stall on Crocodile. And while you're stalling on Crocodile, you can actually go ahead and use Strong World Usopp to stall a bit more, since you don't need Usopp in the next room. So keep that in mind. You'll see me in the video use Strong World Usopp halfway into the stall on Croc. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for this room. I'll see you guys in the next room. Okay, so here we have the Impel down version of the Baroque works. Now, they're going to go put up a debuff protector, so you cannot use Usopp, like I said earlier, in this room. And the person you're going to want to stall on in here is Bon Clay. Bon Clay will be the easiest guy to stall on here from everything I've seen. So go ahead and again use all your specials and make sure to take out Crocodile and Mr. 3. And you saw I have enough HP where Ace's special actually took out Mr. 1 as well. So that was really nice. So yeah, this should be pretty easy, straightforward. Take out Mr. 3, take out Crocodile, and you're left with Bon Clay. Now the Bon Clay style is a little bit different than normal. Bon Clay will heal back every turn, and if you get him below 50%, then what he will do is that he'll actually deal a bit more damage and shuffle all your orbs. So I recommend keeping him above 50% if you can throughout the entire stall, and then once you're ready to go in for the kill, that's when you can go ahead and push for the burst just with normal orbs. So you know, with some matching orbs, you should be able to take him out in 1 or 2 turns. So yeah, just be careful with that. Try to keep him above 50%, and when you're ready, just go for it. And I'll see you guys when you're done with that in the 19th room. So we're almost getting close. It should be pretty straightforward if you follow the guide from here. So I'll see you guys in the next room. Okay, here we go. We have, I don't really know what to call this. I don't know what the theme with all these guys is. I really don't. But they're here, so we have, go ahead and use, go ahead and use all your, actually no, do not use all your specials. Something different this time. So Ben Beckman caused us trouble in the previous run. This time we're going to make sure we do it right. So we're actually going to go ahead and use Heracles and seal our orbs for the first turn. Go ahead and use Usopp for the stall as well. And don't use Marco and Zephyr yet, because we want to save those for next turn. This first turn, we want to make sure to try to take down as much HP from Ben Beckman as possible, because in the first turn of Burst, we're going to take out Ivankov and Lucky Roo. Second turn of Burst, we're going to take out Crocodile, or at least get him really close to dead, and then that way you'll have both Croc and Ben Beckman almost low HP when you're ready by the end of it. So keep that in mind. Please don't do that. Don't use Marco and Zephyr yet, or that will screw you over. Also, Jinbei is the guy we're going to stall on, so that's why you don't want to try to take as much damage as you want to take as least damage as possible, because Jinbei does hit pretty hard. So you see here, go ahead and use those matching orbs to deal as much damage as you can to Ben Beckman, and then that should leave you in a really good position moving into the on into the last room. So here we finally can use the rest of our specials here to make sure we get matching orbs and all that stuff, and get Marco and Zephyr. And like I said, the first turn you want to take out Ivankov and Lucky Roo. So make sure to attack Ivankov first and leave the purple orb and the blue orb for Lucky Roo. Definitely leave the blue orb. You might need the purple orb on Ivankov depending on how much damage you did from Ace. Yeah, make sure to obviously attack with the purple last. That way you can guarantee damage on Lucky Roo. And then the turn after that, use all your special. Use all the same thing. Deal as much damage as you can to Croc. Try to take him out in one turn if you can. I don't know if it's even possible to do that much damage. And then after that, you should be good. So with that said, the plan after that is, again, to stall on Jinbei and use a similar tactic we used in one of the previous rooms, where we're going to use Usopp in the middle of stalling to make sure that we get some good attacks in there without taking too much damage. And then when you're ready to go in for the Shanks dungeon. So with that said, guys, I'll see you in the final room where we're going to take out Shanks. So here we go. We followed the guide, hopefully. So hopefully you made it here. And really, the more meat orbs you get and the more recovery per turn you get, the better, the better chances you have. But it should be fine. As you see here, I have plenty of HP. That means I can take a couple hits, and then once I take enough damage to the point where I can't take any more, I will use Marco to heal back up. So that is the whole strategy to this fight. Is try to get him as close to 20% as possible, and then burst him down from there. Now the reason that it is kind of hard to burst him down is because every 2 turns he will clear all buffs. So you have to be careful with that. He'll also shuffle your orbs, and he will. You see there, all the right hand units, they'll get their specials reduced by 1 turn, or I guess increased by 1 turn. I'm not entirely sure which order you guys consider that. So like I said, take as many hits as you can. He does around 15,000, so you want to take as many hits as you can, and then use Marco. Keep taking hits, and then once you got him down to around 20%, you're gonna use that Zephyr combo with Heracles and the Stronghold Ace. And then on top of that, you'll have Stronghold Usopp for an extra turn. So you'll have a total of 3 turns to take him out, which is a lot of time. And so yeah, I'll see you guys. Just follow that strategy, and then you should be able to beat him. I'll see you guys once we do defeat him. So boom, there you go. Strong with Shanks done with. We beat the strongest character in the game, the toughest dungeon in the game, and we got the Red Force for all of our efforts on the Red Force. It will increase the attack of all cerebral characters by 1.5 as well as their HP by 1.35. And on top of that, it will actually give them all a higher chance of getting matching orbs. So it's an awesome ship, and I can't wait to start leveling it up. However, I do have to finish the Kuja pirate ship first before I get onto that one. So hopefully this guide has been helpful. It's a pretty straightforward dungeon with this team if you just follow the steps, and that way you guys can avoid a lot of the mistakes I made while running it the first couple times. So finally, we're done with all the 0 staminas. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed them all. And if there's any more, I'll bring you guys some coverage of those in the future. And until next time, peace.